In July 1947, something happened in the quiet desert near Roswell, New Mexico, something that would become one of the most controversial events in modern history. It didn't begin with scientists or politicians. It began with debris scattered across a ranch, strange materials, lightweight, unfamiliar, and a question that still hasn't been answered clearly. What really crashed near Roswell? At the time, the world was very different. The Cold War was beginning. Nuclear weapons had just changed humanity forever. Fear, secrecy, and military experiments were part of daily life. Roswell itself was home to one of the most important U.S. military bases, the Roswell Army Airfield, where the only nuclear-capable bomber squadron in the world was stationed. When rancher William Mac Brazel discovered unusual debris on his land, he didn't think much of it at first. But the materials were strange. Metallic fragments that couldn't be burned. Pieces that returned to their shape after being bent. Symbols that didn't resemble any known language. Brazel reported the find to local authorities, and soon the military arrived. Then something extraordinary happened. On July 8, 1947, the Roswell Army Airfield issued a press release stating that they had recovered a flying disc. Newspapers across the United States printed the headline. For a brief moment, it seemed official. The military had captured something not of this world. But the story changed fast. Within 24 hours, the military retracted the statement. The flying disc, they said, was actually a weather balloon. Photos were released showing officers posing with balloon debris. The case, according to officials, was closed. Yet for many, this explanation made no sense. Why would a top military base mistake a weather balloon for a flying disc? Why was the original press release so specific? And why was the story corrected so aggressively and so quickly? Over the years, witnesses began to speak. Decades later, the U.S. government released new explanations. The debris, they said, came from Project Mogul, a classified program using high-altitude balloons to detect Soviet nuclear tests. According to this version, secrecy caused confusion, and exaggerated stories grew over time. But again, questions remained. If Project Mogul was the answer, why wasn't it mentioned in 1947? Why wait decades to explain it? And why did so many witnesses insist that what they saw didn't match any known aircraft or balloon? Roswell became more than an incident. It became a symbol. A symbol of distrust between governments and the public. A symbol of how information can be controlled. And a symbol of the possibility, however uncomfortable, that humanity might not be alone. Importantly, Roswell doesn't require you to believe in aliens to be disturbing. Even if no extraterrestrial craft ever crashed, the event still reveals something real. How quickly narratives can change, how secrecy shapes history, and how difficult it is to separate truth from official explanation. Today, Roswell is part of popular culture. Museums, documentaries, movies. But behind the jokes and souvenirs lies a serious question that still matters. Not, did aliens visit Earth? But what happens when the truth is inconvenient? Roswell reminds us that history isn't always written by clarity. Sometimes it's written by silence, revisions, and unanswered questions. And once trust is broken, even the truth struggles to be believed. So what really happened in the desert of New Mexico in 1947? A misidentified military project? A moment of panic? Or something we still don't fully understand? The honest answer is this: we don't know for certain. And that uncertainty is exactly why Roswell refuses to disappear. If you want more real stories like this, grounded in history, evidence, and unresolved mysteries, subscribe to the channel. This isn't about sensationalism. It's about asking the questions history never fully answered. Because some events don't fade with time. They wait.